We got to test it because I don't want any foolishness. I don't know why this fan is so high. I'm feeling like Beyonce. Okay. Girl, we just have to get started. That's what I love. I'm just like, just start the camera. It don't matter, girl. Just start it. I was just listening to this young man explain the tension between Latin people and Black people in America and Latinos in America. And I just, when I tell you, I love smart people. I love smart people. Like, oh, just it gets me right in the good parts. I don't know how long this video is. How long is this video? He's talking about Los Angeles, the case of for a Black Latino coalition. Deeper take covering anti-Blackness and Latino culture. What does Hispanic mean? He is so smart. I want y'all to listen while I listen.
Right now, but I want to talk about the Black Latino fracture and why unity still looks possible, and what are some of the reasons for why we don't have unity, and what are some of the reasons we
While
can't
I roll
have.
the
Because I've seen
weed
a
up.
lot of reactionary takes to this. I want to have a more comprehensive conversation. So we were both wounded by the same empire, but trained to speak different languages about pain. Both groups are products of colonial exploitation, period. African chattel slavery and indigenous Latino caste subjugation. At the bottom of it is colonial exploitation. But the recognition is fractured. Afro-Latinos are often erased or split between categories, and Black Americans may view Latinos through the lens of economic competition, while Latinos view Black people through media-fueled criminal stereotypes. The languages that around grief have diverged as well, because Black America speaks in Jim Crow and in chains, right? About those things. That's really how we talk about our pain. But Latino America speaks about border patrol and deportation vans. Now you might go, what do these things have in common? These are both forms of state promoted exile. That's all they are. They're both forms of exile. But people don't understand that the beef between Black people and Latino people is a state-crafted proximity conflict. I'm going to walk you through how these work, because this is actually how they target groups, because they create a large misunderstanding. There's a general rule about this thing. When two oppressed groups are placed in proximity without power, the state wins every time. We're going to talk about this. Because public housing, underfunded schools, low-wage jobs, the systems force proximity but not solidarity. The police system of itself promotes this fracture. Right, so Latino officers over policing Black neighborhoods, Black communities underprotected from ICE raids in Latino neighborhoods, and the media flames this type of place, right? So we're going to talk about the economic pressures in just a second, but I want people to understand that the media flames this by pitting gangs against each other, ignoring Black Latino coalition stories. So even if they do happen, the media not covering it. This is intentional pressure. Proximity without shared power leads to narrative warfare between neighbors every time, right? So beat this, because they only offer one of us the ladder, but only if we step on the other. Right, so this is how that Black policing thing happens, because they don't create situations we can get jobs, but give us situations where we can have oppressive powers of the state. Then they go put us in another neighborhood to go oppress another minority. This is literally how they stoke tensions. So here's another case, right? Undocumented labor is used to suppress wages and spark resentment. Meanwhile, Black unemployment is treated like a cultural flaw instead of a structural setup. But in reality, both groups are underpaid, overpoliced, and politically commodified, and then told to blame each other instead of the system.
The baby, the way he has his glasses on, baby. Do you hear him? Okay, I'm not gonna say nothing else. I'm gonna just let him go. I don't want to interrupt him because it helps me in the editing part of this. Here we go.
Folks are told that Latinos take their jobs. Latinos are told Black folks don't want to work. Neither stereotype is conceptually true at all. Both are narrative weapons handed to us from the state, from the media, from the corporation. We see each other, and here's the thing. This is why unity still feels possible. And it's because we see each other's mothers in the same clinic crying about the same shit, the same prayers, in the same spaces. Barbershops, clinics, buses, corners, we got the same enemies. Gentrification, underfunded schools, racist policing, and there's even cultural overlap in music, food, dance, humor. Black and brown youth usually create organic unity. usually do in subculture. See, here's one of the things. It rarely scales to politics because political infrastructure is not designed for coalitions. It's not designed for unity. It's designed specifically to tokenize separately. That is the goal of political infrastructure. That is the goal. Okay, so that's why the conversation falls on us and why they can't achieve it out in Washington. Here's the thing. Also had some false starts and failed solidarity in the past. Let's talk about that too. We've marched together, but we've never healed together. So immigration rallies lack Black inclusion and often overlooked Afro-Latino presence. Black Lives Matter movements rarely feature immigration justice as a core demand, but I want to talk about that because it's important to understand how I said that. Okay, and Latino organizations, we've seen them before center whiteness, or Black organizations don't necessarily know how to integrate undocumented experiences or indigenous Spanish-speaking populations into their messaging. But I want this to be kind of known. Afro-Latino centering is key for this to work. Key. It just can't be a Black person talking to a Latino person. We need a person who shares the memory of both of our pains. So that way they can lead where bridges need building. That's the important part. So we need to acknowledge, platform, and uplift their voices, period. Anybody who is vote for those troops, period. If you want this kind of thing, that's what we got to do. So also we need to teach each other's histories, right? Like Jim Crow and La Migra, we need to talk about this together. Like, right? Now y'all understand we're American citizens, so this La Migra is probably a leader. It's important for us to teach our shared histories, right? The other thing is, right, any food co-ops, tenant unions, school councils with both communities co-leading, don't just protest together, build together. That's one of those things that's important because they acting like, a lot of people acting like showing up, whether or not you show up to the protest will create the coalition. No, the coalition is about what we can do together, building wise. The protest is a small part of it. Small part of it. And a lot of people were wondering, like, my direct take on that. If you feel compelled to go to a protest, go. But in most cases, I believe that it's too reactionary for me in most cases. But here's some of the other things that I want to talk about. Because I can already hear this now. There's anti-Blackness in the Hispanic community, right? Let's talk about this. Let's directly address this. Okay, Hispanic is not a race. It's a colonial category. And within that category, there is a spectrum of power, access, and assimilation based on skin tone, language, nationality, and distance from Blackness. See, like, this is one of those things that makes it so crazy because people need to understand that that Hispanic originates from Spanish imperial lineage, not indigenous or African ancestry. Whiteness was imported into Latin America through colonial rule, and those closest to Spanish bloodlines were given higher status or caste, right? So many Latinos unconsciously inherit that colonial
infection
of where likeness equals status. That is literally what's going on. And then in the U.S., whiteness is tied to dominance. So for many U.S.-based Latinos, assimilation usually just means moving closer to white norms to access opportunity. This includes anti-Blackness, which is using slurs, distancing from Black identity, colorism, centering white light-skinned Latinas in media, right? Language gatekeeping or mocking non-accented English speakers, and then immigration narratives that upheld the model minority behavior. But here's what I'm trying to say. Cultural behavior is not innocence. Saying it's how we grew up is not an excuse. Inherited bias is still bias. Racism in Latino communities usually comes from generational pressure to be better than Black people for survival. Cultural normalization of slurs, jokes, stereotypes doesn't make them less harmful. They're still harmful. It's just more deeply embedded. Anti-Blackness is not the same as white supremacy as well. That's one thing that we got to get super clear. But it supports white supremacy because Latino communities don't see themselves as white, but still engage in behaviors that serve white supremacy, policing Black expression, voting against policies that help Black Americans, staying silent when harm is done. Proximity to whiteness is a gamble that always has a cost. Many Latinos pass whiteness you know what I'm trying to say, until whiteness turns on them during border crackdowns, ICE raids, political scapegoating. Proximity does not equal protection. Anti-Blackness is a leash given out by whiteness to control ethnic groups. That's what I'm trying to say. And they believe that it gives them protection. It's not. It's a leash, not a ladder. So here's what accountability looks like for these people. Because this is a problem. And everybody trying to downplay it is lying. It is a problem. For non-Black Latinos, real solidarity means owning anti-Black bias without deflecting into victimhood, challenging relatives and community spaces where racism is allowed to breathe, refusing to use Black culture without standing up for Black people, censoring Black Latinos, especially those raised within your own family. Proximity to whiteness is not power, it's power tolerance. And the future doesn't belong to those closest to whiteness. It belongs to those brave enough to reject it. Briefly, how Black Lives Matter sought to integrate like Latino fights into their culture, but what went wrong? Because I think this is important to understand as well. So in 2016, right, they did a coalition.
Okay, that was good, honey. Yeah, he ate that. He really did. He really did, for real, for real, for real. It was so thorough. And then when he got to the part about you upholding white supremacy, that's the same thing you do. White, male, heterosexual, all those things. When you try to put people back in the box, you are doing nothing but working for that. And that ain't it. Girl, that is not it. It's never going to be it. It will never be it. And you should step out. He got his glasses on. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. I don't know where my lighter went. I don't know. My God, Erica. Okay, hold on. Let me get my lighter and then we'll come back. Oh, it's right here. Under my leg, under my leg. Let's see. So Porsha is going to be on Traitors, y'all. We'll see how she does. We're going to see how she does. It looks like the Traitors fans have a star-studded season ahead. Peacock has officially unveiled the cast for season 4, set to premiere early 2026. It's packed with reality TV royalty, athletes, and entertainers. As reported yesterday, Real Housewives stars Porsha Williams and Candiace Diller Bassett were rumored to be participating. Now it's officially confirmed they'll be bringing their signature drama and charisma to the Scottish Highlands. Also confirmed are some standout personalities from across reality TV and entertainment, including Survivor champion Natalie Anderson, RuPaul's Drag Race legend Monet X Change, okay, and comedian Ron Funches. You know what I'm talking about. He's funny. He's really funny to me. Other Real House alums joining the cast will be Lisa Rinna, Dorinda Medley, Caroline Stanberry. Wow. Okay. Donna Kelsey, mother of NFL stars Travis and Jason Kelsey, is joining the lineup and with controversial comedian Michael Rappaport. Y'all better get his ass out. Don't let him go 2 weeks. Don't let Michael Rappaport go I don't give a damn. Get his ass out. Vote. I don't care. Hosted once again by Alan Cumming, the new season will be filmed at Adros Castle in the Scottish Highlands. And the competition will feature 23 celebrity contestants vying for the grand prize of $250,000. Yeah, somebody was like, Nene dropped out. I was like, girl, Porsha, you need it after that damn divorce settlement you got, girl. Nene said, girl, you need it more than me. So that looks like it's going to be a fun cast. Okay, so shout out to Porsha and Candiace. That looks like it's going to be fun. Take Michael Rappaport out on the first week. That's all I care about. Get his ass out of here. You understand me? All right, let's see what's going on. Let's go to Hollywood Unlocked because I haven't been there in a little while. It says 84 new posts. See, that's a lot. How long? I don't go down there unless it's with you. I mean, unless it's down here with y'all. Talent, beauty, and skills. Meet Candy Burris's new R&B group, Siren. Okay, let's hear them. I'll take you on a fantasy ride. Take a journey to my universe. My love's the softest place on earth. You don't have to pull the blinds. Let the neighbors lose their minds. Baby, you can be the first. Inside the softest place on earth. Baby, you know that now it's too late. Too late, it's too late. Don't you cry for me. Say it's not what you like. When I go, don't you cry. Rest, you can make your best Okay. Okay, they sound good. Let's see what the comments say. It says Candy plays no games when it comes to the coins. As long as she writes for them, then they'll be good. The new Destiny's Child. Let's go. It's about time. Please don't ever auto-tune these babies. How do you pronounce their name? Siren. It's Siren Summer. Absolutely phenomenal and beautiful young ladies. The remix they need to do Softest Place on Earth is fire. Actually need a new girl group right now. Thank you. They sound good. I think their voices sound similar. Yeah, they sounded good. Just shut up. Just shut up. Young Berg, Hitmaker, hoes win temporarily. Good women win forever. Too bad you ain't a good nigga. So, I mean, I guess. Remember when Hazel E called him DJ Fun Size? Girl, you embrace him on the ropes, girl. Remember that? You better keep your body together, Orion. I know that's right. Porsha Williams' ex-husband, Govadia, ordered to pay $40,000 monthly. She keeps the Rolls Royce in the mansion. We already kind of talked about that, but I didn't kind of read any comments. So we could read some comments. He's in Nigeria. Who's going to enforce it? It's not enforceable. They can't enforce it. Period. We already talked about that. So I'm gonna keep reading the comments. That's a lot for a marriage that lasted less than 2 years. That's what she wanted from the beginning. She knew she didn't love Esther Roll. Girl, I almost screamed so loud. Girl, that's what he wanted. That's what she wanted from the beginning. She knew she didn't love Esther Roll. Girl, girl, girl. Why do y'all do this? She got everything she wanted out of deal, but did she? She don't deserve it. She won, but they can't force him to pay from Nigeria, period. They absolutely can. Nope, cannot. They cannot. Cannot. Everybody telling that girl who said they absolutely can. How? His U.S. bank accounts. What's in it? What's in it? What's in the U.S. bank accounts, girl? Do you think it's enough to pay Porsha what she was promised? Girl, next time don't get married for a check. It's funny to me. I'm sorry. You play yourself because that's a risk. Getting married to anyone is a risk, but the risk, all the signs were there, and you went and you went and attached yourself to this man wanting to retire, thinking that I don't know why you thought a scammer. I don't know how long you thought the grift was gonna last. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. It's just dumb. It really hurts me that she's so dumb. Isn't that what Kenya said?
It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
The house isn't paid off and was probably paid off with scam money. He's not going to pay. He's going back to his homeland. Well, she got the house, and I heard the house is $7 million. That's a win for her, regardless if he pays $40,000 a month or not. She has 3 years to finance from 2004 and give Simon his share and sell the home, and still give him his share. The house is under Simon's name only. He got deported, and she won. And then you put a trophy. That tells me, like, the way that y'all act, y'all think, I know y'all want the girls to win. I know y'all do, but you're not reading it. And I feel like it's like, I'm just going to ignore the facts. And I'm just going to be like, she won. No, she did not. All Porsha got was a judge's signature on a piece of paper. That's all she got. We already talked about it. This system seems so unfair. She hit that pocket for $40,000 a month, girl. I don't need to put. I don't need to correct anybody. She's at the house celebrating like he tried it. Hold on, wait. I thought she said he was broke. Just because you get a judgment doesn't mean it's enforceable. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thought she said he was broke. He's in Nigeria. She won't see a penny. How y'all mad at her when he agreed to the prenup? That's how I know y'all men are real confused. One, because y'all complain all day about getting a prenup, then cry about having to enforce a prenup. Y'all just don't want to type accountability. Y'all just don't want any type of accountability for poor dating choices. I was watching Bondi earlier. Shout out to Bondi Blue. And somebody was in the comments talking about accountability. And I was like, I think what people want to say instead of accountability is blame. I want you to take the blame for someone abusing you. That, like, I want you to take the blame for men mistreating you. I want you to take the blame for this. You need to take some blame for this, girl. You need to take some blame for this. Blame for being abused? No, girl. Accountability. You don't want to take any kind of blame for your poor dating choices. I need for y'all to take accountability out of your mouth because you're not using it the right way. You literally want someone to take the blame. Say it. I want you to take the blame. Don't say I want you to take accountability. Say I want you to take the blame for it. That's what you should say because that's what you mean. Because what we know as to take accountability for something is not to take the blame for something. It's to call it out. It's to call it out and then be responsible. Being responsible is whether or not you are to blame for something if something was done wrong. Girl. For those asking, can she hire a Nigerian attorney to enforce a payment via Nigerian courts, garnish any income he is currently making in the U.S.? She can also cease and freeze any assets that are here in the U.S. if he doesn't pay. And if he doesn't pay her and ever tries to come back to the U.S., she can tax his ass then. Or he can be denied immigration for debt. That's exactly right. But like I said on Twitter, what do you think an American woman going over to Nigeria trying to get money from a Nigerian man? What you think is going to happen? That's what I'm saying. It's like okay, we got the facts, but now you're not even considering like, oh, this is an American woman who looks like, all you got to do is tell them she was trying to take my money. She was trying to take my money. Girl, it's nothing for you. Go to Nigeria and try to collect from Simon and see what happens. You would just be wasting money. That's it. She would be wasting money doing that, trying to go to Nigeria and get him to pay. Girl, please. And you'll do better cutting your losses and going to find another married scamming ass Nigerian. You'd have a better chance of doing that than to try to collect money. Keke Palmer reveals how son Leotis got his name. It's a blend of both of our names. Listen to this.
Not even his name from Leotis. Oh my gosh! So that was Darius actually made his name. He wanted both of our names, which is so crazy. My parents did the same. My parents did the same shit.
It's Chicago.
It's very Chicago. Come on, Williani. Daddy named Willie, I guess. My little sister's name is Laurencia. My dad's Lawrence. That's too much. My parents' email is Lauren, Larry, and Sharon. Guys, you gotta stop. It's too much. It's too much. Like email is Lauren. It's Larry and Sharon together, Lauren. Y'all were doing that shipping shit back in '85. They was over there with the Vanessa and remember when they used to do that back in the day? Jelena. Lauren. So yeah, that was him trying to put like Derry us and Lauren like Leo us. Like it was just too much. But I said, hey, let's do it.
Why they just?
It's adorable.
Why not Darren? Girl. Yeah, y'all gotta get fancy with Leotis. Why if you gonna mix Darius and Lauren, name the baby Darren. Girl, what the fuck? That's hilarious.
It's adorable.
Listen.
It's adorable. It's us. It's fabulous. I turned to Eddie. I love it. The name is good. No. And then also it was like it sounded like an old name. Like I'm so like Right. So I was like, it sounded like he was marching with Martin and them. It does. It's like Leotis. That's what I thought. Hello? He's gonna be on somebody's campaign. Somebody. You know, I just want him to be like Michael from Good Time. Now, did you know? And that's why the cage bird sings. Yes, son. Yes, son. Not yes, son. Keke Palmer is funny to me. You know, she has her moments, but I said, child, I thought it was a family name, girl. Leotis. That sounds like an old man, old black man. It does. A Leotis. Girl, why would you name that baby Leotis? And Leotis is going to be asking you, girl, after what my daddy did to you, y'all was in the park kissing with me, making a picture? Girl, get out of here with that. You're going to have to answer to Leotis. Girl, what? Uh-oh, Roland Ray is out here looking beat and chiseled. Watch 5 women navigate sisterhood through struggles. Through struggles, there's that word again. A Trauma Perry production. Watch 5 women navigate sisterhood through struggles. Tyler Perry's DivorceSISTAS is now streaming on BET Plus.
It's crazy how life is. One minute, everything is perfect. And then you get married. Is this what marriage is? Ladies, I am ready to get back out there and start dating again. You need to get a job. You took the best years of my life. We were going to get through this together.
But why is it called DivorceSISTAS? Like, just call it divorcees. Like, I don't know. I y'all let me know. I don't have BET Plus and I'm good. So y'all let me know what y'all think about it and y'all watch it and let me know. The girl's struggling. Kanye shows up to Diddy trial to support jailed mogul. Come on, caption. You know, they were kind of mentioned in the testimony. They're trying to figure out if it's him and Bianca. Yeah. He showed up there. It says Harvey Weinstein just caught a major legal twist in his New York retrial. A mistrial on the rape charge, and the reason, drama inside the jury room. The 4th person of the 12-person panel said he was being threatened by other jurors to straight up refuse to go back in. On Wednesday, the jury had already found the disgraced movie mogul guilty of 1 count of criminal sexual act against former Project Runway assistant Miriam Haley. He was also found not guilty of another criminal sex act charge involving former model Kaja Sokola. But when it came to the 3rd-degree rape charge connected to aspiring actress Jessica Mann, the jury was stuck. The fact that anyone thinks that someone would willingly have sex with Harvey Weinstein, even if they had sex in order to move forward in their career, it is still exploitation of a power dynamic. She's not doing it because she wants to. She's doing it as a form of survival and to gain so that she can live a certain life, to get into a certain space, to get a certain role. That's still the part that people act like, oh, they were willing. No. I don't care what y'all say about that. That Harvey Weinstein stuff is because there's Harvey Weinstein, you know how you see some of these men and they look old and they look crazy as they get older, and you look back on their pictures when they were younger and they're like, damn, he was fine as hell. He was a nice looking man. You can't say that about Harvey Weinstein. Has never been nice looking. He has never been cute. He's never been fine. He's never been nothing. He's always been gross. And no one, like I said, there's no, I don't even know how anybody could even have a conversation about it. No one's willingly sleeping with that man. Nobody. And then the way they described the way his penis looked, no. Read some of the comments. White privilege at its finest. Girl, you don't know what you're talking about. He's still guilty, just not on that count. Like, shut up. Oh my God. So about White, not even surprised. Why declare mistrial after he already found guilty yesterday? They ain't slick. Investigate the judge. He still got 20 years to serve. He won't survive it. Let me guess, a Jewish juror that refused to agree with the facts. Oh, because his last name is Weinstein. Oh, okay, I get it. I was like, what does that have anything to do with it? So now let's see how Diddy trial plays out. I knew Trump was going to get him out. Y'all, read the caption, y'all. Read the caption. Thank you. I mean, the caption is going to give you more information than the headline, y'all. Like, and then like you want to act like you're not able to be conditioned, or something is not socially engineering you to do things. You don't even read. Not you. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that don't read in the comments. Girl, how long have we been talking? I'm done talking, girl. I'm so tired of talking today. And I got to edit the videos, and it's 3:30 in the afternoon, and that's crazy as hell. But I'm going to get it done. Last night I was editing that other video, and I was like sleepy. I was like trying to edit it. I was like, oh, girl. I was tired. And I'm about to go eat right now and grab a bite. My son was like, what does that mean, grab a bite? I mean, just a little bite, like a little nosh. Like not a whole meal, just a bite. Something to nourish, for nourishment. Anyways, I'm about to go get nourished right now. I'm about to finish my reaper. Go drink some water. Stay hydrated. Y'all take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.